Good morning. We're coming to you live from the Lincoln Turf Field at Boise State University here for this women's rugby match between Boise State and University of Idaho. I'm here. We have a special guest commentator, Austin. He is actually on the men's rugby team, so I am super excited. Austin, why don't you tell the people a little about yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Austin Jones. I'm a mechanical engineering major here at Boise State University and play for the rugby team, so I'm just glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you. We're excited. It's a nice day, not too freezing like the last time, and it looks like game time is in about 2 minutes, so we will be right back with you. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, you can comment, and we will love to read them out on the air, so let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of Austin, our new commentator.
Be nice.
All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes.
I can't hear anything. No one can hear me.
Okay, we're back. It looks like the game's about to get underway. Again, we're at the Lincoln Turf Field at Boise State University. I'm Kylie, and I'm here with Austin, our very special guest commentator, member of the men's rugby team. So this should be, I expect a good play-by-play, Austin. I am expecting magic today.
Hey, no, there's give me some good calls.
All right, so we have this women's rugby match between the University of Idaho and Boise State. They're lining up now, so we're about to get underway. So Austin, have you ever watched the women's team play?
I have watched the women's team play, and they are some tough girls. They are very tough. Do not want to mess with any of them.
I agree. I would definitely be scared. I remember watching last time, there was some tackles, and I was like, I would not be cut out for this.
No.
I like the Are they referees in rugby?
They are actually called sirs.
Sirs.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the sir.
I like the sirs pink jerseys.
Yeah, they're going the breast cancer
awareness. Yeah, nice. All right, so it looks like we're about to get started.
Just waiting for the go from the start. Nice kick from number 6, and knocked on forward to distribute advantage. And the Sirs letting them play the advantage. Nice passing out wide, all the way through the hands, out to the wing. Over on the edge. Brought in, tackled in by Boise State University. And passed out wide. And the Sirs called a knock-on Boise State, so it should be scrum to University of Idaho.
Okay, so a knock on is like when the ball, I don't know if I have this right, I'm just guessing from when I watched it, but
Okay.
Is it when the ball like hits you and goes forward?
Yeah,
Okay.
or a knock-on is any time, pretty much the same as a forward pass. So if it hits your hands and goes forward. If the
Okay.
ball bounces straight down or bounces back or goes down and then bounces forward, it's not a knock-on because it goes straight down. But if it leaves your hands forward, then it's a knock.
Okay.
And there was one earlier, but
They didn't
Boise
call
State ended up getting the ball, so the Sir let them play advantage. And
Okay.
advantage to University of Idaho. Boise State scrum half was offsides on that play. It looks like they're going to tap and go. That's offload. Oh, cool. The TV works now. This is going to be easier.
For those of you watching at home, we usually watch from a monitor, but it was off until just now, so we were trying to just watch from where we are, which is kind of far away, so it was a little difficult. So now we're back in business.
Oh, yeah. It looks like the Sir's having them bind properly. I don't know what was going on down there. But he didn't like something.
We haven't got the interface yet.
Nice push from Boise State. Big 10. Nice scissor.
So, Austin, last time, I think commenters on YouTube, let me know if I get this wrong, but I think if I remember correctly, number 8 on Boise State, I think her name is Molly. She was like the stud of last time, so she's like the one to watch.
Yes, no, she's a great player.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we had a lot of fun watching her last time.
Another knock there. A lot of knock-ons this morning, but it happens early in the game. Nice push from Boise State. And the ball's out. And pass through the hands. All the way out. Great break through the middle. Nice tackle by number 15. It's a great play by the fullback. You guys pick and go. Boise State's doing a great job of staying spread. on defense.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing a lot better defensively than the last time we watched them play, so that must be something they've been working on.
They've been spending a lot of time in practice on keeping their splits in defense and not everyone getting sucked in towards the ball.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be working so far. I mean, ISU hasn't really made it anywhere up the field.
No. And unlike football, rugby isn't a possession game or field position game. It's not about gaining yards or gaining extra yards. It's all about maintaining possession of the ball. So whether you have the ball on your own 15-meter line or on their 15-meter line, having the ball is much more important than
like moving it up the field.
Moving it 8 yards up the field and then losing the ball. Fighting for those extra yards necessarily isn't worth it compared to just retaining possession.
Good to know. See, having Austin here to help out, it's already giving us some great information.
Little tidbits, it's the little things.
Well, thanks. I'm
nice
sure.
Nice kick forward. Come up by the fullback. Oh. Pick and go by number 10. She's a little small to be going in there with all the big forwards. I'm not sure what the sir's giving a penalty for. I think it might be collapsing the maul, but I'm not sure he called a maul as well. But there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it looked a little confusing, especially for me. But it looks like ISU has it.
Yep. Now he's given a penalty to Boise State. I think that's their third time coming into the scrum and not having proper binds. Nice break.
Wow.
She chips through. Running down by number 10 on Boise State. Tackle at the 2-meter line.
That was a great run. I don't know what number that was on ISU, but great run.
Oh, yeah. So right there, that was really confusing, but I think Boise State had the ball and were brought from in the field of play back into their own try line, and it was placed down by a Boise State player, and so it was because it was brought in and placed down. So a lot of times if you're in danger in your own zone, you can, if the ball rolls in, you place the ball down and you'll and you'll either, depending on if you brought the ball in yourself or if it was in there when you put it down, you'll either get a 5-meter scrum like now or you'll get a 22-meter drop kick. I think this is a line out to U of I.
That one run has kind of put U of I in great position.
Yeah. Nicely stolen by BSU. And brought into the tackle.
She's strong.
She's fighting fresh yards. Nice kick. Just trying to clear it out of the zone. It's picked up by University of Idaho's fullback on the sidelines. Not before it went out of bounds, though.
So one thing that's surprising me is that in the games we've done before, I don't think there was any kicking, because this is new to me. I didn't even know that kicking was a thing in rugby. So the first couple games, they just must never have done it.
I mean, sometimes it's few and far between. Kicking is definitely situational in rugby.
Because we've already seen it in the last 10 minutes happen a few times, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's the one way that you can actually move the ball forward. So you can pass forward, and you just have to pass from your foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, you and I are sure learning a lot today. Thanks, Austin. If you're just joining us, we're about 10 minutes into this women's rugby match between Boise State and University of Idaho here at the Lincoln Turf Field. Here in Boise, the weather's pretty good so far. Cold but sunny. Nice. A lot of action from both sides so far, but no score yet.
Brought in to tackle again. Boise State, number 7, working hard for extra yards. Oh, and picked off by UI. Great by their fly half.
You had a run so far.
Oh, yeah. Brought wide, passed out, and there's another break by U of I. Boise State doing a good job of getting back and not letting them play in the whole bend but not break defense. Another penalty against Boise State. I think the Surge going to want to talk to their captain here about making sure they're back 10 on penalties. And it looks like they're going to kick for touch. Nice job. So that'll be a line out to U of I. Again, the line out stolen by Boise State and brought around the edge by their 10 and takes it hard into the tackle and picked up immediately by number 11. Brought out wide through the hands. Nice skip pass. Great stiff arm around the edge.
She just broke through. She looks faster than number 15, so.
Oh, nice offload. She needs her support.
Wow, what a run.
Great play.
And definitely BSU is doing a much better job this game than the previous ones I've seen of spreading the ball and like spreading their team out. They were really kind of cluttered in their previous games, so whatever they've been working on, it's working.
I think the Surge calling a high tackle potentially dangerous there on Boise State. So they're going to UI taps through the hands. Each team doing a good job of spreading the ball. Another break. That's the same goal every time.
She just ran right into the BSU defender. That girl is tough.
Not held, called against. I think that's number 15 or 10 or. I think it's 10.
It looks like 10.
but she brought that hard into contact.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Right through again.
Well, we have an exciting game going on today.
And that was a great break. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to hold on.
So, Austin, was that not, even though that went forward, like flew out of her hands forward, that is not the same as, is it a knock-on?
That's a knock-on.
Oh,
it's the same
was?
thing. Yeah.
But did it get called?
Yeah.
Oh,
Called
okay.
a knock-on. It's just
Sorry.
what the serve's he's gonna do is, if the penalty happens, he's gonna wait to see who recovers the ball and
Okay.
how play goes. Because if Boise State commits a penalty, say they commit a knock-on, and U of I picks it up and runs all the way down and scores off it, he's not gonna
He'll
call a
let them
penalty.
have it.
He'll let them play that advantage.
Okay, got
But because Boise State recovered off their foul, he called the penalty from where the knock-on
it
occurred.
happened. Okay.
Yeah. I keep doing hand motions, and I'm realizing that, like,
It's as if we think you guys can see us,
Yeah.
but you can't.
yeah, I talk with my hands. It'd be better if we had like a camera here.
Maybe you'll see our faces one of these times.
It's too early for that.
We'll talk to the production crew. Hey, get us on camera. People want to see the talent.
Yeah. Been a lot of trouble this morning with the scrums.
I was just gonna say, what are they doing wrong? Can you tell?
I'm not a tough rugby player. I'm not a forward. I'm a back, so I don't actually have to participate in this.
Okay.
Which is nice. But it's probably something with not getting the proper binds between.
Did it again.
Yeah, it's the props. It's those two props on our side aren't getting a proper bind, and the rest just stopping that for safety concerns.
Okay.
Is the main reason.
That makes sense. And you just called him a ref.
I did.
You're messing up, Austin. Come on.
I know. It's amateur hour. Passed out by Stein. A high kick, but not very far, but gets a nice U of I bounce.
That was kind of a nice pickup and turnaround by, I think it was 15 on BSU.
Yeah, great play by the fullback there to locate the ball and bring it back ahead of her team so they could come and support. But knocked on by number 13. The serve's going to let that advantage play out. U of I left in the kick. Not as good of a bounce this time.
So we have our first comment. It's from Ben Doran. Go Broncos. Thank you, Ben. So if you're just joining us, remember to comment. Let us know what you think. Shout out to your favorite player, your favorite team. We love hearing what you have to say and where you're watching from. So let us know and we'll read them out loud.
And put down in the corner. And that's going to be a try for Boise State. First points of the day.
We have ourselves a game.
And what the sir actually just did, I'm not quite sure why he did it, is I think he's just awarded a penalty try to Boise State. Depends on where he's going to have her take the kick from. But I think he wanted to call a high tackle while she was going for the try line. And because the high tackle was going to prevent her from scoring, he's going to allow the kick to be taken from the center. this is probably, this doesn't happen all the time, so I don't know why it's happening the first time I have to call a game. But
I know, we're just putting you on the spot.
yeah, so yeah, no, he did order a penalty try. That's pretty cool. I can't believe I picked up on that.
Hey, I'm glad to have you here. I would have never known.
Oh yeah. So now this is a makeable kick instead of having a hard kick all the way from the sidelines. This is right down the center. And the conversion's good.
All right, so we're about 20 minutes in with this women's rugby match with Boise State and University of Idaho. The score is 7-0 in Boise State's favor.
Boise State set to receive the kick. It looks like the forward pack is to the right for this kickoff. Nice kick into the center of the field. And played by both Boise State players, but eventually number 7. Won by Boise State on your way. Taken by number 6, who breaks through the field, only has one person to beat, and it looks like she's going to do it. Oh, barely gets in.
She took it to the line.
Nice breakthrough. Boise State's doing a great job of seeing where U of I's defenders are and making them commit to either the ball or to the pass, and when they commit to the pass, taking it right through.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job. I feel like I'm watching a totally different team than what I've seen before. Their coach obviously has been working with them on spreading and kind of getting these breakthrough runs, and it's paying off.
This is a far kick. Close. Right on target, just needed a little more leg.
So the score is now 12-0 in Boise State's favor. And again, if you're just joining us, don't forget to leave your comments. We love hearing what you have to say. My guest commentator's name is Austin, in case you forgot. All right, and it looks like we have a couple more comments. We have one from Tough Stuff 475. My sister is Vandals number 5. Go Liz. And then another one from Ben. What a great run to the right side. Killing it. 12-0. Thank you guys so much for the comments. Keep them coming.
Kick goes barely 10 yards there. Won by Boise State and brought through again. Another breakthrough. That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, Boise State's doing a great job, or ISU is doing a not so great job leaving holes, and I'm sure that's something they're going to talk about at halftime.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think these long runs are very typical.
No, a lot of 15s rugby is going to be little breaks and just making that gain line 1 or 2 yards, and then waiting for the 4th or 5th time to then get that big break. That usually doesn't happen right off the first breakdown.
Yeah, so this is a very interesting game we have going on today.
Looks like the scrum's won by U of I. And passed out through the hands of the 10. Another tackle broken. Finally brought down. Boise State is doing a good job of staying spread on defense and comes up hard and makes that tackle there. UI coming back the other way and reverses field up the sidelines. The Steelers calling a penalty on Boise State for collapsing the ruck. And tapped him in quickly by UI. She's going to bring it hard in the tackle and have a nice offload and pass that to the wing, and they have numbers on the outside. Somehow the ball is knocked out. And another penalty against Boise State.
They have gotten quite a few penalties so far.
And I don't think she actually let go of the ball there, so I think he's going to have her redo that penalty. And it looks like she's going to go. Finally offload it, and it's brought all the way back and tackled. Boise State is doing a great job of coming up and not giving by any time to pass the ball.
Yeah, great defensive play by BSU.
And brought out of bounds, so that should be a line out to BSU. Looks like they're going to go with a 5-person line out and try and get a lot of numbers out wide on the field. Great play. Brought down a little too hard to the scrum half. He has to fall on it. But another penalty.
Wow.
They're having a lot of penalties in those breakdowns. That's kicked to touch by UI, so they'll get a line out right about the 22-meter line. It is cold.
It is. If you're watching from home, you are lucky because we are freezing. I guess it's a good thing we're not on camera because I bet our noses are bright red right now.
They've won all of U of I's lineouts today. But the serve called another penalty for, I don't even know what that was for. I think he's just whistle happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Sirs are not being very conservative with their calls today.
Great job flying up by number 13. Right now. Another chip through. It's going to take a bounce. UI bounce all the way down to the 10-meter line. And nice play by the fullback. Taking it all the way up the sidelines. Wow. Great play.
Looks like a little timidness from some of the U of I players on that one. I feel like they could have easily tackled her, but a few players kind of let her run right by.
U of I is going to only go with the 4-person this time. Try to mix it. Great defense quick pick and go by number 3. Nice tackle by U of I's fullback. And I think U of I's been playing with only 14 people for the past, since that first try, which is a 10-minute penalty for the high tackle. And I think they're waiting to see when she can come back in. I think that's why there's one person just like standing in the try zone by herself. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's waving her back on now.
Okay,
So
I'm sure.
U of I's back to full strength.
I'm sure they're happy about that.
Yeah, I think that might have had something to do with all the breakaways BSU was getting.
Possibly. But again, like I said, I mean, BSU looks like a totally different team today than they did a few weeks ago. So I'm sure they're really happy about the way they're playing so far. And if you're just joining us, we're here at the Lincoln Turf Field at Boise State University for this women's rugby game between Boise State and University of Idaho. The score is currently 12-0 in Boise State's favor, and we have about 9 minutes left to play in the first half. Seems like they're kind of taking their sweet time on like a lot of, it seems like it's kind of going slow in certain points.
This does feel like a very slow game. There's been a lot of penalties called, a lot of stoppages of play, and I personally don't think the Sirs done a good enough job of letting the flow of the game develop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
These girls get their feet wet, and
yeah, it's not so much the actual players that are making it slow, but the Sirs are falling so much, and then they're taking, I don't know if they're explaining themselves to the players or what they're doing that's taking so long each time a penalty is called or something, but it's weird. It hasn't been like this before from what I've seen.
I actually recognize him. He's definitely a little whistle happy. I've been thrown out of a game or two for talking back to him.
Austin.
Yeah.
We have a rebel on our hands. And it seems like the clock is not working any
They just want
longer.
this game to be even slower. Seconds are now minutes.
So I couldn't tell you how much time is actually left, but I'm going to guess it's about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes. He has his down on the field. He has his own watch. He'll figure it out. But somebody on the scoreboard duty is going to get in trouble.
I really think ISU or U of I, I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. U of I must be really hungry to get down there and get a try before the half is over. And I definitely think they could. I mean, they're playing well. It's just that Boise State's gotten more of those kind of breakthrough plays. So hopefully, they can come up with some kind of strategy, because I'm sure they want to get a little momentum going before getting into the half.
Definitely. They've had a lot of times with possession in Boise State's half of the field, but Boise State's done a great job of playing the bend but don't break defense. Nicely won. Set play by U of I coming off the weak side. And that's picked up by Boise State.
Great recovery by 11 on BSU. That was a kind of a fast, she just grabbed it and went. Didn't take her any time at all to go with that.
No, that was a great play. And whoever came up and made that tackle caused a knock-on, and Boise State's going to get the scrum here at the 30-meter line.
It's definitely been going in Boise State's favor so far, but like I said before, I think ISU is still in it. I said ISU again. You guys, what why I keep saying it, but yes, it's University of Idaho. I will be better, I swear.
Great breakthrough by number 6 and offload offer back to number 13. And another broken tackle all the way down to the 2-meter line. And cleared by U of I. Great play.
At least one of us has it right.
Yeah.
Austin hasn't messed up once, and this is his first time.
It's a 50-50 thing. You know?
I'm not an Idaho native, so I'm still trying to get these schools down, everyone. Please cut me some slack.
I just don't see any orange. That's why. The guy sees orange.
I think you're right, but then again, I honestly don't know. But now I do.
You learn something new every day.
U of I is black and gold,
Yeah.
and they are the Vandals, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, you guys, feel free to comment and correct me, and I apologize again for my mistake. Or mistakes, because I think I said it multiple times.
Maybe it's a guess. But
I'll do better. We still have a whole nother half.
to figure out who they're playing.
Yeah.
Great spin move. And still on their feet. Right at the try line.
And I think that was number 8. Was that number 8?
Unfortunately for BSU, she's going to be held up in the try zone, so it's going to be a scrum to Boise. It should be to Boise State, but they'll get no points for her effort right there. Fed in and won back by U of I. And kicked through. Boise State doesn't have a sweeper back. So it's just a foot race who gets to the ball. And kicked again. Kicked for his 3rd time. All the way down to the BSU 22-meter line. Where it's finally fielded, and a penalty for not playing the man, or playing the man without the ball is being called. And it's going to be a penalty against Boise State, and should be U of I ball. And the sir is awarding a yellow card. He is really, really trigger happy on that. That's 2 yellow cards in the first half. I understand the penalty call, but I'm not quite sure a yellow card was necessary for that play. I feel yellow cards are generally for dangerous plays where player safety is involved, but he felt the need to give a yellow. And a great break by U of I. They won at the breakdown and tried to take off the weak side and brought back, but still in position to obtain possession. And great job of clearing the ruck by BSU. Looks like they may win this breakdown. And the Sir's playing advantage now to Boise State, and he's giving them the advantage. And that'll be a penalty against U of I.
Is that their first one?
I think that's their first one in a while. Most of the penalties have been going against Boise.
Yeah.
But it looks like she's going to tap and give it to Molly.
I think her name's Molly. If you're watching at home and you know if I'm right or wrong, feel free to let us know.
How did she break through that?
I don't know, but that was a great run.
great job moving it through the hands, spreading the ball away from breakdowns by BSU.
BSU's been getting really lucky today with those breakthrough runs. U of I's had a couple also, but BSU, wow, they've had a lot.
Another one here again, and placed back by number 8. And that's going to be a penalty against Boise State for not releasing.
So is there no limit to penalties?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you can just, nothing happens if you just continue to get penalties.
Nothing good happens, that's for sure. If you continue to get penalties, nothing good happens. But there's no...
But there's no, like, okay, if you get this many penalties...
You can't foul out.
Okay.
That's if that's what you want.
Okay.
But you can get in trouble for committing dangerous penalties. So if you have a couple high tackles or a couple, not returning the man to the ground like safely or anything like that, if you have a few of those and the serve feels, you're not listening to him at all, he can kick you out of the game.
Okay.
And another penalty.
A lot of penalties this game.
Kind of wish he would just let them play. So
Especially when they kind of have their momentum going.
Yeah.
It's hard when he stops it so often.
Every time. Rugby's a game that's meant to be a flow and, not a lot of stoppages in play. A lot of, the only time you're getting a breather is when the ball's on the other side of the field. But there's been a lot of stops. Great break by number 8 for U of I. Offloads it to the winger. And stolen by BSU. But once again, he can't even call that, gosh. But he loves to call penalties. So that time it wasn't entering the ruck. That was coming in from the side. And he felt that was necessary.
So we have about a minute and a half left to play in this first half of this women's rugby game between University of Idaho and Boise State University. The score is still 12-0 in Boise State's favor, but U of I is right on their tail. It looks like they might have an opportunity, and they're definitely hungry for it. So let's see what they can do with this last minute.
Quick line out. And that actually is going to be the half. We forgot about the 1 minute that
they stopped running the clock.
They did do the scoreboard.
Just kidding, everyone at home. That was the end of the first half. So we're going into halftime with a score of 12-0 in Boise State's favor. Austin, I'm sure U of I is going to, talk about maybe if they can come up with a different game plan or strategy, although they are doing really well, it seems, so far. I mean, both teams are getting great breakthrough runs and spreading the ball well. I think the luck hasn't been on their side.
Definitely. Both teams have done a great job of, retaining possession when they have it and taking advantage of their opportunities, and Boise State just happens to, when they take advantage, they score. U of I just needs to get that final step and get some points on the board.
Yeah, and I definitely think they can. It's anyone's game still. I think hopefully the Sirs take it easy on the penalty calls. I think that's slowing down the game a lot and taking away the momentum of the players.
Yeah.
So I think it would help a lot if they kind of backed off the whistle in this second half.
Definitely.
So we are going to take a short break, but we will be back with you. And again, remember to leave us comments. I am so sorry for the ISU U of I mix-up, but I promise I have it right. It's U of I, and I will not mess up again, hopefully. And if I do, feel free to call me out. But we will be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we're back with you for the second half of this women's rugby game between Boise State and University of Idaho. We're going into the second half with a score of 12-0 in Boise State's favor, but I think U of I is going to come back with a different strategy this half, because they definitely wanted it. They were close.
Yeah, I agree. They had the halftime to talk it over and going to clean up the little mistakes. Hopefully we'll see less penalties this half and see some good rugby.
I hope so. I think it was just kind of hindering both teams, not allowing them to get any momentum going, because I mean, just penalty after penalty after penalty when there's some good plays happening.
Yeah, a lot of stop and go, which isn't exactly great for getting rugby feet.
No, I can't imagine that it is. So hopefully this half goes a little more smooth.
Nice kick and won by UI. And taken into tackle and immediately stolen by BSU. The Broncos have done a great job in the breakdowns of getting people and winning those rucks. And he's going for the pass and knocked on. And so it'll be a scrum to U of I.
Had a lot of troubles with the scrums in the first half, so let's see if the first attempt is successful.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to let this one go.
What do you know?
Our luck's changing. Won by U of I. Passed all the way out. Nice cutback by number 9.
Great breakthrough.
Another offload. And taken to the tackle by number 7. And pass back out to the left.
Great job by U of I maintaining possession.
Doing a key job of making sure when people are getting tackled, they're committing 2-3 players to those rucks and securing the ball. And knocked down by U of I, and Surrey is going to call a knock on that. Wasn't sure if he was going to say that it was straight down or if he wanted to blow his whistle again, but
well, I think we could have seen that one coming. Yeah. By the way the first half went, I think we can predict, even though we don't want it to go that way, a lot more whistle calling.
Hopefully we don't have any viewers who are the Refs family or Surrey's family.
We apologize.
Nicely won back by BSU and brought out to the weak side. Looks like U of I is going to be able to steal this ball. And it is stolen and brought back out to the left.
Great energy from U of I coming into the second half. I thought this would be how it went because I knew they were hungry. So I'm excited to see what they bring. Austin, what is it when they put their hands up like that?
That is just, she's just making it easy to get both of her props underneath her.
Oh,
so that's the easiest way of saying, hey, support me.
Okay.
Real quick.
Unless I'm mistaken, I just don't remember them doing that in the previous games. Okay, we're just going to take a quick break for just a minute. We'll be right back with you. Okay, we're so sorry about that, but we're back with you, and it looks like
Boise State's going to get another try, right? Perfect timing. They did a great job of moving the ball wide and having some good offloads there at the end. And let's see if number 6 can make this conversion. Not too bad of a kick, definitely makeable, seeing as her last one from the sidelines almost went in.
how do they determine where the kick comes from? Because like you were saying about the last kick she did, that was so far away. How do they?
So the kick, where the kick is taken from is going to be, wow, nice kick. The kick is taken from perpendicular to where the ball is placed in the try.
Okay.
So if you are able to score in the middle and you put the ball down in the middle, the serve is going to walk 90 degrees straight out, and you can judge, as the kicker, you can judge where you want to be as far back. So you can go as far back as you want, and depending on how wide it is, you might want a bigger angle. So if you're on the sidelines, you're going to want to go farther back, have more to aim for, but if you're in the middle,
all right, that makes sense.
you don't need to go as far back.
So if you're just joining us, we're about 5 minutes into the second half, and BSU just scored a try to put the score up to 19-0 in their favor. So now I'm really sure that U of I is going to come out swinging. And
definitely, they got to make a statement. You know, it's still early part of this half.
yeah, they definitely still have time. It could still go either way. I think they're both playing really, really well, so I'm not counting U of I out at all.
Definitely, this is tough rugby right here. And another knock on. Unfortunately for us, the Surrey is definitely required to call that. That's not a judgment call there, but this will be a scrum to U of I.
And as we talked about before, something went wrong with the scrum. The SIR has been very critical about these scrums, so almost every time they've had to kind of stop and regroup.
Put in by their 9 there. And nice play by BSU scrum half to come up and make that tackle. He swung all the way to the outside winger. And it looks like U of I has retained possession, and they're going to work the ball back across the field.
Great aggressive play by U of I think. Like we've talked about, they're hungry to get a try, and so they're playing aggressive, and it's working for them so far.
Taken up and offloaded back, and doing a great job of working it back and forth across the field, waiting to see those gaps open up. Brought along the weak side by the scrum half, and tackled after a few yards, and the ball's kicked out. I'm not sure who that was kicked off of. The Surrey's going to go to the touch judge and have a little powwow and see what they come up with.
This is kind of similar to the first half, just slow. I mean, it's everything that's happening is taking a kind of unusual amount of time.
Definitely. And once again, BSU wins U of I's lineout. They've done great defense in being able to disrupt those lineouts and get possession back. That's going to be huge for, I think that's the difference in the scoreboard, is really winning those set plays.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm assuming by the way that those have been going, they've been practicing that a lot, and it's definitely paying off. I mean, like you said, they've won almost every single one, so it's going well for them.
And brought in the tackle by number 8 with a nice offload before she had to place the ball back. A pick and jam on the right side with a great stiff arm, and she's still going. Finally brought down by the Vandals fullback, and they're just going to keep going with these stiff arms and pick and jams. And a nice offload all the way to the other side, and she's going to get into the try zone and place it down. Great play by Boise State. And it also looks like we have an injured player on U of I, but she's getting up. All these girls are tough out here.
BSU getting ready to kick.
She's 2 for 3 on conversions so far, and not enough leg for that one, but a great attempt.
All right, so that try leaves us with a score of 24-0 in Boise State's favor. So I think now, Austin, if U of I wants to come back, they're going to have to start making some moves quickly just because of the score difference.
Definitely. There's a lot of rugby left to be played, but with the way this game's going and the constant stoppages, that 28 minutes might not be enough.
I think they definitely have the drive and they want it. So I'm still not ruling them out, but yeah, 24 points is a lot. So they're going to have to just come with some fire right now and play their hearts out for the next 27 minutes.
Great kick. And BSU lets it bounce, and it's caught by number 7 and brought in the tackle. Great job rucking over and clearing that out. And it's passed out to number 8. Floats it again. Brought around that. And the Sooners calling another penalty against BSU.
Again, just a lot of penalties, most of them on BSU. But I suppose if you're on U of I, you're happy right now.
Definitely. Great kick by number 12. So they should have a line out on just on BSU's half. Hopefully they can win this one, retain possession, and get some points out of this. Once again stolen by BSU, stolen cleanly too. And it's brought out all the way back into U of I territory with numbers on the outside. And a great breakthrough by number 13, and tackled by the fullback. Committing a lot of people to these breakdowns, and brought around by number 9. Surge's gonna let that one go. And picked and jammed by number 8 with a great 2 fend-offs, 3.
Powerful.
She is one tough girl.
She is.
Brought out back to the left side with a great skip pass. One more pass and just not going to get it off. Going to be picked up by the scrum half. Brought all the way down to the try line. And that's going to be a try awarded to Boise State.
BSU really racking up the points so far in the second half. I'm sure they're really happy with this. U of I, on the other hand, this would be a little hard to come back from, but like I said before, I mean, we still have 24 minutes. I think they definitely have it. We'll just have to see what happens.
Definitely. These are tough moments when you're playing with your teammates, and everyone wants to get on each other for little mistakes when the game's not going your way, but you got to stick together as a team, and you know, you got 24 minutes left. Talk to each other and tell you, hey, what can we do with this? And that conversion was no good, but still a great effort.
So that leaves us with a score of 29-0 in Boise State's favor. And if you're just joining us, we're here at the Lincoln Turf Field at Boise State University watching women's rugby between University of Idaho and Boise State University. Again, the score is 29-0 in Boise State's favor, and we have about 23 minutes left to play. And Austin, I think, as you were saying, U of I, this is a time they really need to kind of get together and pump each other up, kind of keep their spirits high. They do still have time. It is possible, and they've been playing really well. I feel like luck just hasn't necessarily been on their side, but hopefully they can keep their heads high and kind of get the momentum going in their favor and maybe make some big plays happen.
Definitely. I've definitely seen bigger comebacks than this in the second half. Looks like he's discussing another call with the touch judge.
And I think all these penalty calls is really hard for the players. I mean, just when they get going, they have to stop. I think it's made it difficult for both teams, more so U of I, clearly, but just, I mean, not a way to play the game.
No.
Just no flow to it. It's been stop and go, which has to be stressful for all the players.
Looks like that was going to be a scrum awarded to BSU. And won cleanly out to the fly half with a nice pass and nice step back by number 12.
BSU's been doing great with really powerful runs.
Definitely. They've had a lot of fend-offs, a lot of good body position when taking it into contact, not allowing...
And there's a shoe. We saw a shoe go flying.
I think that shoe's been returned to its rightful owner there, midfield, putting it back on. But a great run by the scrum half, running back and forth. And that
picked up by U of I.
Cleanly, Sir's going to say the ball was out.
Oh.
It's going to be a knock-on against Boise State. Oh, he's going to call a penalty. No, knock on. This has to be the 20th scrum of this game.
I would say, I agree, at least the 20th scrum. And we're not accounting for all the times that they've had to break up
Yeah.
the scrum and then reset it.
Spent a lot of time. That's going to be a point of focus for both these teams in practice next week, working on proper binds and setting these up. But nice pick and go by the Vandals. And one cleanly and brought over to the left side. Might have been a forward pass there, but got away with one. And one back.
U of I doing a great job of maintaining possession right here with a strong BSU defense.
And doing a great job of coming up and filling those gaps in passing lanes and forcing U of I to make one pass and take the ball into contact. And it paid off and stolen by BSU. Brought to the weak side of the field. Right next to side. Great cutback by 16 to stay in bounds. And Boise State looking to spread the ball wide. And they have numbers on the outside. Fortunately, it's turned over. And he's going to call a knock on again against Boise State. And we'll have our 21st scrum.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I've played in games where I think we've had one scrum a game.
Really?
I've never played in a game with this many
This
scrums.
many? Well, they're certainly getting practice.
A lot of good practice. And put in by U of I. And looks to be passed out, and they're going to clear it. Nice high kick. Knocked off to the side by the fullback. The sir's going to say that that is
Great job by number 10 on U of I. She's definitely been a key player for them, I
she
would
had
say.
their first big breaks in the first half.
Yeah.
U of I looking to spread the field, pass it out wide, and see if they can get another break. And the ball's out, passed out to number 2, and kicked through. Just going to be a kick and chase, and took a U of I bounce back, but fielded by number 10 on BSU. And immediately taken out of the breakdown around the edge and placed back and passed out to number 12, and kind of gets fumbled forward a little bit, but U of I has gained possession and they have numbers on the outside. And tackled and brought back, and the sir's going to say that advantage is over and was gained, so now it's a game of soccer.
Yeah,
And
now it's just
finally
kind of
kicked into bounds.
getting kicked around.
I think that was the longest sequence of play we've seen all day, and that was actually some good rugby right there. Not to
I
say this
agree.
game hasn't been good rugby, but it's been a lot of stop and go, and you see what happens when you let these players actually play without whistle interference, and you get a lot of action.
Yeah, I think even though a lot of the calls have been going in U of I's favor, I think it would be more beneficial for them if they could just play through.
Definitely. Nice line out by you.
Great tackle.
Great tackle, too. Immediately pick and jammed right off the side of the breakdown and tossed back. And
BSU just with
number
some
7.
powerful runs.
Always driving the legs, and that's going to be another try. Not quite yet. He's going to go to the touch judge and see if he saw anything different. And I don't think they're going to award the try here. they're going to award a knock-on to U of I. So great play, great effort, but still not going to be points, unfortunately, for BSU.
Another scrum. I wonder what we're up to now. I can't wait to watch. I'm going to watch this back and
stat
count.
Tracker.
Yeah.
For how many scrums in this game. Put in. It's won by U of I. And oh. It's going to be collapsing the scrum. And I think that's the sir's going to call it unintentional, so he's just going to give a U of I another chance at it. And then she's given the go-ahead to feed the ball in. And being won back by U of I. Let's see if they clear it here, and they do. Nice clear. And fielded by the fullback. As she passes the ball to the outside. Great offloads by Boise State, and immediately taken off the tackle.
Boise State seems to just be finding these holes somehow. Somehow they're each player is just getting these long runs.
Yeah, they're finding that playing the ball quick after the tackle isn't allowing U of I to get in position in those gaps right off the side of the breakdown, your A gap and your B gap. And the pick and go is just working. And
yeah, it's working well for them. They just scored another try. So still waiting on the kick, but so far we have a score of 34-0 in Boise State's favor.
Yeah, I don't think the scoreline reflects how close of a game this has actually been. It doesn't seem, play doesn't seem too lopsided. I think both teams have come out and played great.
I agree, Austin. I think U of I has played really well. So yeah, I don't think that the score is very reflective of how the game has been played. I think it just, luck has been on BSU's side today, and they've played great, but U of I has played really well also. So yeah, the score is a little strange compared to how the game has been played. It looks like we might have an injury down on the field. Hard to tell who it is. It looks like a BSU player, but I'll certainly update you as we hear anything.
And it looks like that conversion is going to be just short, so the score will remain 34-0.
Still no update on the injury, but it is a BSU player, and it looks like she is walking off the field now. So we will keep you posted when we find anything out, but she is walking off, so that seems to be a good sign, and we'll let you know as we know. And again, the score is 34-0 in Boise State's favor. And we have about 12 minutes left to play.
Nice kick by U of I, and brought all the way back to midfield by BSU. Tough running there. And again with the pick and jam off the side. A nice offload. Great tackle by U of I fullback right there.
Again, BSU is just having these monster runs. I mean, look how much ground they just gained.
A lot of tough
it's
running.
Just, yeah, they're just tough. I mean, they're powering through.
It's going to be tackled right by the breakdown. And again, a pick and jam off the side and a nice cutback by number 12. Looking for the offload back to 10. All the way down to the right corner. And number 16 is going to work the ball back across the left side of the field. All the way down, and it's going to be close. But not quite. The sir is going to call held up. That's a couple great plays in the try zone by U of I to keep BSU off the scoreboard. So this is going to be a scrum to BSU. They're going to look to win this cleanly and have an 8-man pick off the side, and that's going to be a try.
BSU just dominant in the second half. I don't know what their coach said to them, but wow.
A lot of good halftime adjustments.
It's just like try after try after try.
Yeah, I think they've stuck to what they found was working in the first half and said that that's what we're going to go with, and you got to stick to your game plan.
Now she's too loud. I think you turned it down.
A great conversion by number 16. I think BSU had a kicking change.
And that puts the score up to 41-0 in Boise State's favor. Like I said, the second half has just been try after try for BSU. So we have about 9 minutes left to play. Unlikely that U of I is going to be able to come back from this, but as Austin and I were saying earlier, I mean, certainly their play has not been lacking. I mean, if you are just watching the game, it's not very reflective of the score. U of I has been playing really well, so I'm surprised that the score is as high as it is for BSU. But that's just how it seems to be going today.
And stolen by U of I on the far sideline. It seems like they've been brought into touch. And should be BSU's line out here. Nice lineup by BSU. Passed out wide. And another breakthrough.
Yeah.
Forcing the beat. Great tackle by the fullback.
Again with these monster runs. I mean, definitely didn't see anything like this when I've watched them play before. So, I mean, great job by BSU finding these gaps and really powering through.
Yeah, they've made the opposing fullback very busy today.
Yeah, and they're definitely making U of I's defense work their butts off.
It is tough. It's tough when the opposing team you're playing against, it gets a lot of breakthroughs because it is much harder to play defense than it is offense.
Yeah.
That is, any player out there will tell you, I can play 80 minutes, standing on the offense when our team has the ball, but playing 80 minutes worth of defense that is tiring.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how the U of I players feel right now, but they're doing a great job of keeping their energy up. I mean, definitely no lack of energy. Haven't seen their play go down at all. They're still in the fight, so great for them.
And a nice scrum. One cleanly. A bouncing pass out to the inside center. And I think the Sir is going to call another knock on the Broncos. And we will have scrum number 30 or something.
If any of you watching at home are counting, feel free to let us know. Now we're just curious. And like I said before, I mean, everything they're doing, each scrum, each line out, it's just taking so long. I can't figure out if the Sir is talking to them or what, but it's just taking a long time. Oh wow.
Great breakthrough by number 13. And that's going to be a try. I think that's her third on the day. They just did a great job of moving the ball away from the scrums and the lineouts today, where all the people are, and getting the ball into space and letting your players make plays. And that was a great play by number 13.
Yeah, just those powerful runs have given them every advantage. I mean, they've just been killing it with their running.
Oh,
no.
Unlucky bounce off the crossbar. Just a little more leg, but.
So that last try leaves the score at 46 Boise State, 0 University of Idaho, and we have about 4.5 minutes left to play in the second half. And Austin, at this point, I almost feel bad for U of I because they've been working so hard and playing so well that it's almost unbelievable that they don't have a score up there.
Yeah, these are those rough games of, you know, you play hard and you stick with your teammates, and you know, it's just sometimes it's not your day, and It's a hard pill to swallow, but to come out and make every tackle when you're down by this much, there's a lot to say about that.
Yeah, I think even with the loss, you know, their coach will still be happy with the way they've kept their heads in it and stayed strong, because it would be easy to kind of be defeated and play defeated, but they're certainly not doing that.
No, not at all. Has been no back down in any of these players, and that's always good to see. It says a lot about each person to want to come out here and compete, and that's what everyone here wants to see. And I think there's another knock on here on the about halfway line. It's actually going to be a penalty against U of I. Only the second or third penalty they've committed all day. Most of the stoppages in play have been either against BSU or knock-ons. And BSU likes to tap and go, and they'll bring the ball just over the 40-meter line with that run. And fighting for extra yards is number 8 with a nice offload. And stolen by University of Idaho, brought out to the wide side of the field. And BSU's there, keeping their defenders spread to make that play.
Okay, so it sounds like we have an injury update on that BSU player that was injured earlier, so we're going to go down to the field for a live report from Megan, and she's going to give us the update on that injury.
I'm Megan Gibson reporting for University Television Productions, just giving an injury update on Tori Langley, who got injured a few moments ago, and we just have an update down here that she had a back tense up, but that she is going to be doing much better, and we expect her to see her back on the field. Thank you, Kylie. Back to you.
Thank you, Megan, and here we are back, and it looks like BSU is close to another try. And we have another comment on YouTube from Corey. Thanks for broadcasting this. We are watching all the way from Germany. Wow, Corey, that's so great. We're so happy to hear that. We're happy to provide the coverage so that you can watch your family members, and we're so excited that you let us know. Thank you for commenting.
And a nice tap from BSU and a great offload. They've done a fantastic job today of looking for those offloads and having players in support. And that's going to be another try because of it.
Great job by the U of I defense, though. I mean, way to stay strong. Like I said before, it would be easy to get defeated with a score so lopsided, but they have stuck in it. And before the kick, the score is 51-0 in Boise State's favor, and now we're just waiting on this kick. Looks like it'll be game over after this if the scoreboard is accurate.
And that's going to be the game.
So that's game. We're ending with a score of 51-0 in Boise State's favor. Great game great effort by both teams, even though, as we said before, Austin, the score is not reflective of that, but U of I played really, really well, and I'm sure, they can go home proud of the way they played, even though the score isn't necessarily great. Okay, and we are going to go back down to the field. I'm sorry.
We're having some confusion.
Sorry, we're having a little confusion here. Just kidding. Don't mind me. A little confusion, but again, the score ended up 51-0 in Boise State's favor. Great game by both teams. And great effort throughout by U of I. I mean, way to stay in there.
State University. I'm Megan Gibson, reporting for University Television Productions. I'm here with Boise State's coach, Brad LaPlante. Brad, thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What does it mean having this win on your guys' side?
We're a really young squad, and we went out and beat a top 20 team last week, and this week we kind of came into this game hoping that we could build momentum as we got three more tough opponents going in, so we definitely wanted that win and to work hard and kind of get in there and get everybody some more experience, and it looks like it worked out pretty good for us.
It definitely did. Can you tell us about some key players that were on the field today?
I think everybody kind of just stepped up. I'm especially excited about what our backs did today, because we've kind of just slowly adjusted our backs into play and did a lot of mixing and matching. But today it seemed like we were able to attack with our centers like Shane did. Tori Langley definitely stepped up in the first half, and then Avery Hansen there in the second, and then Sarah Salachi, even though she got a yellow right before the halftime, she ended up coming in and making quite the impact. So, and then, our loose flankers, Molly, Luchins, and sometimes names escape me, but and Lily is a Wild. I mean, they were connecting once again and keeping that open play. And then Kaylin Billingsley, our scrum half who played for me in high school last year, she definitely stepped up for the team and did an awesome job. So
That's amazing. Can you tell us what we should look forward to in the future with your team?
you know, these are, I mean, we start 11 true freshmen. So, you know, we're going to keep on hoping to bring in a lot more new players from Rugby, Idaho, and keep up that good work. And as these girls get closer and closer to being seniors, we'll start to play like some of the better colleges around the nation. And hopefully this youth movement we're having now will be experienced by that time. And then, you know, we're going to give everybody a run, I would think. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you so much for your time. I'm Megan Gibson, and this is University Television Production. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much, Megan. So again, we are here at the Lincoln Turf Field, and we just watched a great women's rugby match between Boise State and University of Idaho. The end score was 51 Boise State, 0 University of Idaho. So that is all we have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.